Hello and welcome back to Rage Against Time. Today I'm taking a closer look at a watch that has really impressed me. I'm talking about the Jack Mason Strat-o-timer GMT Dark Knight, and it's the one with the 7-link bracelet. This is one of those watches that doesn't even try to copy what everyone else is doing. It has its own identity, a very strong personality, and some specs that honestly punch above what you expect at this price point. So let's get into it. As far as measures, this watch comes with a case diameter of 40 mm, a case thickness of 13.2 mm, a lug width of 20 mm, a lug-to-lug of 47 mm, as well as 200 meters of water resistance. On my 6.7-inch wrist, this watch fits like a glove. The proportions are spot on and the balance is excellent. It sits flat, feels well distributed on the wrist, and honestly disappears after a few minutes, which is exactly what you want from a daily wear GMT. With the bracelet adjusted to my wrist, the watch weighs around 146 grams. If you include all the links, it comes in at about 160 grams, so it has presence without feeling heavy or uncomfortable. Inside the Stratotimer is the Miyota 9075, and this is an important detail. It is a true GMT. That means you get a jumping local hour hand, which you can adjust when traveling without stopping the watch or messing with the GMT hand. That's a feature you usually see on much more expensive GMTs. And on top of that, Jack Mason regulates these movements in-house. On my watch accuracy app, this one is running at about a -4 to -5 seconds per day, which is excellent and well within the expected range for this movement. For a watch in this category, that's a really solid performance. This Dark Knight version of the Stratotimer GMT features a 2-piece ceramic bezel insert that is blue and black in color, and it has been engineered with extreme precision for a seamless, unified look. The bezel is composed of 2 perfectly seated ceramic segments, precisely aligned to achieve the look of one solid form. The bezel has very good action and rotates both ways, which makes sense for a GMT. It feels precise and gives you very good confidence when rotating it. The lume is excellent, and not just on the hands and indices, the bezel is lumed as well, which means you can actually track your GMT hours at night. That's something not every GMT gets right, and it's genuinely useful. I'll throw in a quick lume comparison here so you can see how it stacks up against other watches. The anti-reflective coating is also very good. In outdoor shots, you can clearly read the time without any glare issues. And the boxed bubble style sapphire crystal, I love it. It gives the watch a nice vintage vibe while still being modern and durable. The 7-link bracelet is a big highlight for me. The quality is very good and it's noticeably shiny and reflective in a good way. It drapes nicely around the wrist, feels smooth and adds a touch of elegance to what is otherwise a very capable tool watch. The clasp has on-the-fly micro adjustment, which is always a win, especially if your wrist changes throughout the day. I actually compare it side by side with my Mido Dorada, which has a similar bracelet style, just so you can really see how well it catches the light. The case of this watch contains brushed and polished surfaces. The top side of the case features a brush finish, while the sides contain mirror polish to accentuate the subtle curvature of the case. Each of the surfaces meet an elegant defined edge that emphasizes the case architecture. The dial is clean, legible and well thought out. The typography, the layout and especially the Jack Mason star logo really stand out. Living in Texas, that star feels right at home. You see it everywhere here and it gives the watch a very strong Texan identity without being over the top. I'm a big fan of the see-through case back here. The movement is nicely decorated and there's a surprising amount of detail back there. It's always a nice touch when a brand lets you actually enjoy the mechanics, especially when the movement itself is one of their watch's selling points. The packaging is genuinely unique. It reminds me of an old Bible or a vintage dictionary, which is something you don't see every day in the watch world. Inside, you get a Texas star pin, a Jack Mason pouch to protect the watch from scratches, and all the authenticity paperwork. It shows confidence in what they are delivering. Some things to consider is that this isn't a cheap watch. The retail price is around $1,149, and while I do think it justifies itself with specs and finishing and the fact that it's an American assembled, personally I think around $999 will be the absolute sweet spot for this watch brand new. That said, for what you're getting, it still punches hard at its current price. The case shape, colors and overall design are a bit bold. This isn't a conservative GMT, and that's either a pro or a con depending on your taste. If you like watches with personality, you will probably love it. In conclusion, the Jack Mason Strat-o-timer GMT on the 7-link bracelet is one of those watches that feels thoughtfully designed from top to bottom. You get a true GMT movement, excellent real-world accuracy, strong lume, great bracelet quality, and a design that actually has character. It's not trying to be Swiss, it's not trying to be a vintage Rolex, it knows exactly what it is, a modern American assembled GMT with strong Texas roots and serious everyday usability. If you're looking for a GMT that wears incredibly well, feels premium on the wrist, and offers something different from the usual options, this one is absolutely worth your attention. Thanks for watching another video here on Rage Against Time, and if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to give it a like or subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.